And tonight, let's talk about love. Valentine's Day is known as a lover's holiday, and it can be somewhat bittersweet. Sure, it's great if you happen to have a significant other who's rather generous with the candy and the flowers, or if you just have a lot of friends who shower you with little heart flowery thingies and whatnot. Maybe some booze, why not? However, it can be rather bitter as well. For those who are convinced that the holiday is basically just a Hallmark holiday created by greeting card companies to sell greeting cards, flowers, candy, and other miscellaneous things, and those people are usually single, like me. In fact, a lot of times it can feel like the entire holiday is just a reminder that you're not getting any. So how did this evil, good, wretched, wonderful holiday come to be? Well, it turns out that it's actually a lot more sadistic and evil and bloody and gory than most people know. It's also kind of all over the place, with all kinds of weirdness going on. The beginning started with the Romans. Oh, those silly Romans. From February 13th to the 15th, the ancient Romans celebrated Lupercalia? I believe I'm pronouncing that right. Which was to ward off evil spirits and enhance the health of the community. The name actually came from a Greek word that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Lukos and Latin lupus, which pretty much means wolf. In Roman mythology, Lupercus was the god of the shepherds. His celebration took place on the 15th and celebrated the founding of his temple. It was also known as the Wolf Festival because people honored Lupa, a legendary she-wolf who suckled infant orphans. So a drunken festival ensues. As you would expect, it started with the sacrifice of 2 male goats, a dog, and a feast followed. They actually made thongs out of the skins of the animals that were sacrificed, which were actually called fibras, which is where February gets its really weird and infuriating to spell name. So, right now it's Thonguary. Lupercalia also had some really weird mating practices. As an example, women would line up to be beaten by men. Okay, so I know you want more. So the guys would then draw names of the girls from a jar, and then they would pair up, and they would go on and do the nasty, and yeah, it was kind of like wife swapping. So, of course, the Romans continued to practice Lupercalia long after pagan rituals were outlawed somewhere around the 5th century. In that century, the 5th century, Pope Gelasius, I'm probably mispronouncing that, enacted St. Valentine's Day to correspond with that pagan holiday. Yet another holiday that was, adopted by the church. This new day actually celebrated 2 separate martyred priests who happen to have the name Valentine. There's actually some debate on whether they were the same guy, but I don't know, I kind of feel like that's something we should deal with later. Now, here's actually where things get a little bit more interesting. You see, the Normans, or better known as the Norse, they actually had a very similar day, which was used to celebrate women and stuff, because women are awesome, and they bear children, and they have boobs. Yeah. And I believe that one was called Galatins Day, something along those lines. And if you're confused, that's okay, because it's about to get worse. See, in the Norse language, the G is actually pronounced like a V, so it's like Galatins Day. So it's like almost like Valentine's Day already. So we were talking earlier about there possibly being 2 separate St. Valentines. Now there was Valentine of Rome, and then there was Valentine of Tournai. Or Tournai, I don't know. Pronunciations! And I'll be honest with you, the little bit I've looked into this, probably about 3 hours worth of research, I keep finding conflicting stories about whether it was 1 dude, 2 dudes, 3, 2, 3, who knows? This could be an entire, love fest of Valentines. I encourage you to look up Valentine's Day if you're curious, because it's not all teddy bears and candy hearts and Reese's peanut butter cups and, oh my god, I'm hungry. So a lot of it actually deals with a lot of martyrdom, bloodshed, and just altogether ickiness. And I'm not saying this to discount the holiday as it is celebrated today. I'm more really wanting to get this out there because I wanted to do something for Valentine's Day, and that's all I got. Till next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all those things that make us love our jobs. Also, be awesome to yourself and amazing to each other.